Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Have you ever thought about, what if your whole life was built on secrets?
Ooh, that's a creepy thought.
Right, that's what The Only Child is all about. It's this crazy thriller that'll have you looking over your shoulder, wondering who you can trust. Seriously, if you love family secrets and suspense, you got to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. We'll put a link to the book in the description so you can check it out. So The Only Child is about this woman named Amelia. She's a florist living on the Isle of Wight.
Sounds peaceful.
Totally. But things get dark fast when her past comes back to haunt her.
I love how the author uses the Isle of Wight as a setting. All beautiful scenery and charming villages. Makes the suspense even more intense.
Yeah, like the calm before the storm, right? At first, Amelia's life seems so normal. She runs her own flower shop, Flowers by the Beach. She's got her boyfriend, Sam, and she's really close to her grandmother, Frances. It's all very sweet.
But there are these little hints of trouble right from the start.
Oh, totally. Like little cracks in the surface. You mentioned the setting. But how about those conflicts the author introduces?
Right. Like the tension between Amelia and Francis over Sam. Francis thinks he's not good enough for his granddaughter. Makes you wonder if she knows something we don't.
And then there's Kirsty. She's Amelia's rival, another florist. But it goes way beyond just business competition.
Oh, yeah.
Kirsty smashes Amelia's shop window and vandalizes her van. Like, what's her deal?
It's seriously creepy. Definitely feels personal, like he's trying to send a message. Then things get really bad.
Yeah, because Francis is murdered. And there's no sign of forced entry, which makes it even creepier. The police are baffled. No obvious suspects.
The author does such a good job of making you suspect everyone. Sam, with his rocky relationship with Francis. Kirsty, with her history of harassing Amelia.
Oh, and there's this weird detail I almost forgot. A photo's missing from Francis's house. It's a picture of Amelia with Francis and her mom at the beach when she was 6.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it seems small, but man, it's going to be important later. But then things get even worse.
Worse. How?
Amelia gets this gift box, but inside, it's her cat James's collar, covered in blood.
Oh my God, that's disturbing.
Right. And there's a date written on the box, 5th May. But Amelia has no idea what it means.
Total psychological thriller territory now. It's like someone's playing a sick game with her.
And just when you think it can't get weirder, the DNA evidence reveals a huge bombshell. Not only has Sam been cheating,
No.
Amelia discovers she has a half-sister, Ashley. Her dad had a secret child.
Whoa, talk about a family secret.
I know, right? Suddenly, the focus shifts to Ashley. The police find out that Ashley's mom, Kelly, killed herself years ago. And guess what?
What?
Ashley blames Amelia's father for it. She's been carrying this anger and resentment for years.
Okay, so now we have a motive, right? Revenge.
Yeah. It's scary because you can see how Ashley might want to hurt Amelia to get back at her dad. And the terror doesn't stop there. Amelia's friend, Megan, is also murdered. And get this, another photo is missing, this time of Amelia and Megan from the night before.
So there's definitely a connection to Amelia. It's not random. The missing photos, it's like the killer is collecting trophies.
It's terrifying. So Amelia, desperate for answers, goes to London to learn more about Ashley. It's actually a really interesting part of the book. She walks through places from her childhood, coming to terms with the fact that her dad lived this whole other life she never knew about.
It's like Amelia's investigating her own family history.
Right. She even visits the Royal London Hospital where her dad and Kelly both worked, trying to piece together Ashley's past.
And with every conversation, every clue, the tension builds.
And then there's this creepy discovery. Photos of Amelia, printed from her social media, are found in Dawn's hotel room. Dawn's that graphic designer who befriended Amelia earlier in the book. It's like someone's obsessed with her.
So unsettling, it makes you question everyone around Amelia.
Right. And even that blue Citroen that almost ran Amelia and Sam off the road earlier, turns out it was registered to Dawn. All these little details suddenly become super important.
The author is a master at building suspense.
Totally. And then finally the truth comes out. It's Ashley. She's behind everything. The murders, the catnapping, the whole terrifying ordeal.
Oh, wow. But why?
Revenge. She wants Amelia to feel the same pain she believes Amelia's father caused her mom, leading to her suicide.
That's intense. It all makes sense now, but it's still chilling. I can't believe Ashley went to such lengths.
And the way she explains how she framed Kirsty and manipulated everyone, it's terrifyingly clever. Even Dawn was just a pawn in her game, thinking she was helping a friend.
Wow. It really makes you think about who you can trust.
It does. So Ashley behind bars, but the story's not over yet. We still don't know what happened to Sophie, Jenny's daughter. Remember Emma, the corrupt police officer, kidnapped her.
Right, and why was Emma helping Ashley in the first place? So many questions.
I know. So we'll be back in part 2 to uncover the final twists and turns of The Only Child. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. We're picking up right where we left off with The Only Child, with Emma's shocking betrayal and little Sophie still missing.
I know, right? It's like just when you think the worst is over, bam, another twist. It makes you wonder what could push someone like Emma, a police officer, to help a murderer.
That's what makes this book so good. It really gets into the characters' heads. Like, with Emma, the author shows us her past, how her mom cheated on her dad, how her family fell apart. It was rough.
So she knows what betrayal feels like. And maybe that's why she connected with Ashley. They both feel abandoned, betrayed.
Exactly. It's like she thinks by helping Ashley get revenge, she's somehow fixing her own past.
Makes you think, right? How much does our past shape the choices we make, even if those choices are bad?
Yeah, it's heavy stuff. And while the police are trying to figure out what's going on with Emma and where Sophie is, Amelia's dealing with the aftermath of everything. Then, who shows up?
Sam, of all times.
The timing couldn't be worse.
Right. They're both still reeling from everything, and he's just been released on bail. He tries to apologize for cheating on Amelia, saying he loves her.
Do you think she believes him?
Honestly, I don't know. Can you blame her for being skeptical? I mean, he betrayed her in a huge way.
Totally, and the author doesn't give you easy answers. It's up to you to decide if you think Amelia can ever forgive him.
It makes you think about second chances, right? And whether some betrayals are just too big to come back from.
Definitely. And what about Amelia selling the flower shop? Did that surprise you?
It kind of did, but I also get it. It feels like she's shedding her old life, trying to start fresh.
It's symbolic, right? Closing that chapter. But can she really escape the past? That's the big question.
Well, while Amelia's sorting out her life, the police are following the money trail. They discover Emma's been taking out huge sums of cash, secretly funding Ashley's crazy plan.
So it wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Emma knew what she was doing. It makes her betrayal even worse.
It does. It's scary how calculating she was. The investigation leads them to this creepy abandoned house.
Sounds like the setting for a horror movie.
Right. And Jenny, desperate to save her daughter, goes in to confront Emma and Ashley.
Talk about a tense situation. You're just hoping Sophie's okay.
Me too. And then, this is the crazy part, Dawn becomes the hero.
Wait, Dawn, the graphic designer who is helping Ashley?
Yep. She manages to escape from the basement where they were being held and call the police.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
It's awesome. She goes from being manipulated to saving the day. Shows how strong she really is.
It's like she breaks free from Ashley's spell and finds her own strength.
Totally. So the police show up just in time. Ashley's arrested and Sophie's safe. It's such a relief.
Right, you're just like, finally, something good happened. But you still have that feeling of, I don't know, unease, like things can't just go back to normal after all that.
Exactly. And they don't. The author does a great job of showing how trauma affects people even after the danger's gone.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, can you ever really move on from something so awful?
I guess that's part of what makes the ending so powerful. When Sam shows up at Amelia's new place, wanting to talk, she just shuts him down.
She's done, right? She's choosing herself.
Yep. And that last scene with Amelia walking away from him, it's like she's walking away from the pain, the betrayal.
It's a powerful image, shows she's taking control of her life, but you're also left wondering, what happens next?
Exactly. What does this new freedom mean for Amelia?
It's an ending that makes you think, and that's what I love about this book. It's not just about the suspense, it's about the characters, their relationships, and how they deal with really tough situations.
Okay, so we wanted a bit Amelia walking away from Sam and her uncertain future, but I gotta say, Emma's betrayal is still on my mind.
It really makes you question everything, doesn't it? I mean, a police officer, someone you're supposed to trust.
Right. Helping a murderer and kidnapping a child. It's like, where's the line? What makes someone cross it like that?
Well, the book kind of gives us a glimpse into her psyche, like with her mom's infidelity and how her family blew up.
You're saying that's what drove her to help Ashley?
It seems like she sees herself in Ashley, you know? Like she's trying to fix her own past by helping Ashley get revenge. It's messed up, but it's fascinating to see how the author connects those dots.
It's like she's so blinded by her own pain that she loses sight of what's right and wrong.
Totally. It makes you think about the nature of justice. I mean, yeah, Ashley's the one who committed the crimes, but what about Emma? Is she just a victim of her past, or is she choosing to be a part of this evil?
It's a tough question, and the book doesn't give us a clear answer, which is what makes it so thought-provoking. It leaves you wrestling with those ideas even after you finish reading.
Exactly. There's this moral ambiguity that really sticks with you. It's not just black and white. And that's what makes The Only Child so powerful. It forces you to confront the complexity of human nature, the good, the bad, and everything in between.
And what about the ending? Even though Ashley gets arrested and Sophie is safe, it doesn't feel like a happy ending. You know, there's still this tension, like the characters are still haunted by everything that happened.
Right. It's not a clean break. Trauma doesn't just disappear overnight. It lingers. And the author does a great job of showing that.
Yeah. Like with Amelia, you can see she's trying to move forward, So the scars are still there.
It makes you think about the lasting impact of trauma. Can you ever really escape the darkness, or does it become a part of who you are? Deep stuff.
Deep is right. And remember that scene where Ashley taunts Amelia, saying Sam's betrayal will hurt more than his death? That was rough.
Ugh, so brutal. It really highlighted the emotional depth of this story. It's not just a who unit, it's about the rawness of human emotion. How betrayal can just shatter you.
Yeah. And when Sam shows up at Amelia's new home, wanting to apologize, that whole scene was so heavy. You could feel his regret, and you could see Amelia's pain.
But she was strong. She didn't let him back in. She was choosing herself.
Yeah, she was. And that image of her walking away, leaving him behind, it's like she's walking away from the past, ready to face her future on her own terms.
Such a powerful ending.
It really is. So for those of you who have read The Only Child, what stayed with you the most? What scenes or themes really hit home? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And if you haven't read it yet, definitely check it out. The Only Child is a roller coaster of suspense and emotion, a story that will stay with you long after you finish the last page.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into The Only Child. We had a great time unpacking this twisted tale with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your fellow book lovers. And be sure to check out our other episodes where we explore all sorts of fascinating topics. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.